Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Coffee, where today we're gonna be talking about another hint of Hayden Christensen in The Rise of Skywalker. That's today here on Star Wars Coffee. Alright, thank you to all of the returning subscribers, but if you're new to the channel and you just found me the first time, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on this video and any other video that you check out. Be sure to hit that notification bell not once, but twice so that you're always notified the second a new video goes live. With that being said, we also launched the official Star Wars Coffee merchandise this week, so be sure to check that out in the description below. Quick spoiler warning for anybody who doesn't want to know any potential spoilers for The Rise of Skywalker, but if you saw the title of this video, you're probably already past that. Alright, so with that being said, this report comes to us from Inverse.com via Disney Parks Twitter, and this report is written by May A, and it goes as follows. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is already set to feature a ton of big cameos, including Lando Calrissian, Luke Skywalker, and even Wedge Antilles. But one of the most important characters in the galaxy is still a big question mark. However, a recent post from the official Disneyland Twitter account that was quickly deleted, but not before one fan took a screenshot, may confirm that the most famous Skywalker of all could appear in Episode 9 as well. The tweet in question showed Hayden Christensen, who is Anakin Skywalker, enjoying a visit to Galaxy's Edge theme park. That's not particularly telling, but the fact that it was almost immediately deleted may speak volumes. Don't forget, reports have suggested that Christensen could turn up in Star Wars Episode 9. I've got many videos about that on the channel. I've got a whole playlist dedicated to Hayden, so be sure to check that out in the description below. As either the fearsome Force ghost of Darth Vader or as a more benevolent Anakin. Pausing here again, there will be no Darth Vader Force ghost. Yes, it was there in the Force Awakens concept art, but it's not going to be there. That's just not a thing because he ended up as Anakin at the end of Return of the Jedi. Alright, and in an old interview, George Lucas even confirmed, that's what they say confirmed, that Anakin was and always will be the chosen one. So he's got to show up at some point, right? Question mark. Alright, and so, pausing here at one paragraph in, we have George Lucas saying that Hayden, or Anakin, is the chosen one. And hopefully Disney sticks to what George has said about this in the past, and that Hayden will show up and somehow. If you've been following the channel for a while, you know I'm not a big proprietor of this, but it just kind of seems like there's more and more things surrounding Hayden in Star Wars recently than last year when he showed up at Star Wars Celebration, and then just kind of continuing on, we getting all of these drops, so maybe he's going to appear at some point in this one. Getting back to Inverse says, quote, Christensen has largely avoided everything Star Wars related since Revenge of the Sith because he's gotten a lot of crap about Anakin Skywalker in the prequel trilogy, so avoiding the era of Star Wars fandom made a ton of sense in the aftermath. However, while Christensen's made a few brief appearances at Star Wars events over the years, he's remained off the grid for the most part. That recently changed following his appearance at Star Wars Celebration back in April. Alright, so that was another paragraph. Let's stop here again and do some commentary. Hayden has always gotten a lot of crap for the prequels, and some of it is not his fault. A lot of it has to do with the dialogue and the poor chemistry between him and Natalie Portman, and especially in Episode 2. And Anakin as a character, Hayden Christensen, looks the part. He totally had the action down, the lightsabers he was great at, and the character is just such a beloved character that in recent years a lot of fans have really been kind of going back to the prequels and finding a love that wasn't there when they first came out, which is probably why Hayden's been more and more inclined to do things with Star Wars, and that's probably why he would be more and more inclined to appear in The Rise of Skywalker. If Disney and Lucasfilm is taking notice of this, then that would add to the case that Hayden should appear. Continuing on. In September, the actor was even scheduled for a panel at the Fan X convention, but rumors swirled on Twitter and Reddit that Disney had canceled his appearance. Presumably, the convention's organizers were forced to cancel the panel as to avoid spoilers. Sure, Disney's a stickler when it comes to spoilers, though Christensen was still able to visit a children's hospital with Ian McDiarmid not long after, and that was fine. I have a whole video about this if you want to know the full scoop. I did a lot of research for that video about Hayden and Ian appearing at the Fan X convention and digging into what actually happened and following the timeline of that, so I'll be sure to have that video in the description as well. Continuing on, over on Reddit, A user shared a screenshot of official Disneyland Resort account tweeting excitedly about Hayden Christensen's reported appearance at the Star Wars Galaxy Edge theme park. That's cool, however, it drew suspicion when the account later deleted the tweet altogether. Let's pause again. Giving credit to this Reddit user, it's not really a word, so I can't pronounce it, so it's user SMJURACH. So that user posted this, and they say reported appearance. There was an appearance, there was photographic evidence, then it was taken down. So continuing on, Disney deleted the tweet shortly after posting. Hayden, Natalie, Adam, and Daisy all seem to be in LA for a photo shoot. Anakin in The Rise of Skywalker proof, ? Via Star Wars speculation. Alright, so what's the deal? Why exactly is Disney going to such great lengths to keep Christensen out of the spotlight ahead of The Rise of Skywalker? Well, one of the reasons could be they're trying to avoid confusion. Fans have already been speculating about Anakin's potential appearance in Episode 9, so perhaps Disney and Lucasfilm are trying to manage expectations. Christensen isn't in the film, and it's possible he isn't, because rumor has it that Force Ghosts may have been scrapped due to reshoots. Why get fans' hopes up only to disappoint them later on? Even if Anakin were to return, his role would be likely a small cameo. After all, if he appears as a Force Ghost, there's no reason for Anakin to show up until the end of the film to help defeat Emperor Palpatine. The new sequel trilogy may connect back to Anakin's role as the Chosen One, sure, but the story no longer centers him. All that said, the fact that Christensen's been scheduled to make so many appearances ahead of the film is the biggest clue that Anakin could actually be part of The Rise of Skywalker. Even if he only shows up to tell Kylo Ren to finish what he started before he goes off to fight Palpatine, that's much more satisfying than Anakin not being in it at all. That is the conclusion of the article, but there was an update in regards to the tweet, saying the same images were later republished by the official Star Wars Twitter account. However, it's still unclear why they were deleted in the first place, and it's possible, if somewhat improbable, that Lucasfilm released the photos in an attempt to squash the rumors their original deletion helped spark. Alright, so what's my take on all of this? My take is the following. The last part of this article where they have the update is kind of where I am at the moment. The part where they were talking about the attempt to squash the rumors their original deletion helped spark. What I think about that is it seems improbable that Hayden would be doing all of these Star Wars related things in recent years, since he came back to Star Wars Celebration, which, you know, is official Disney run and everything. And so Hayden hadn't done really anything since Revenge of the Sith. He's been not a high caliber actor since then. He's been in mainly CD-list movies, and the fact that he's really working with Disney now is something. He's built that relationship back up with Disney. He's been at Star Wars Celebration. He's clearly been at this Galaxy's Edge theme park. And the big thing to note is that it was taken down so quickly. And I think that the reason that they put it back up to begin with is because they just kind of want to put it out there and have the fact that it's out there, that it's not getting all of this media coverage, mainly for the fact that it was taken away. They're less likely to get the attention of trying to hide Hayden, which is clearly what this article and every other one that I've seen has said, and they're more just likely to say past actors who have been in Star Wars have appeared at Galaxy's Edge. So I think that they're trying to hide Hayden in the sense that they deleted the tweet so quickly. I would say somebody would probably put that up on Twitter. They weren't supposed to yet. It was probably supposed to be some promo for later. However, Hayden was there, and it's not like these pictures of him that appeared were just fan pictures. It's not like somebody took their iPhone out of their pocket when they saw Hayden Christensen walking around Galaxy's Edge. These were professionally taken photos. He clearly had to coordinate this visit to Galaxy's Edge. He was clearly walking around with a professional photographer. I'm sure he was given a guided tour. He was hanging out, probably signing autographs. So this was clearly a planned event, showing that Hayden was indeed working with Disney and had this set up by Disney, considering it went on to the Twitter account of the Disneyland, of the official Disneyland Twitter account, and then it ended up on the Star Wars account after it was deleted, mainly due to the fact that they probably weren't supposed to have it. And now that it's back, it's probably just trying to be like, everybody move along, there's nothing to see here type of thing. try and pull the curtain back. And I think that this is the smallest but most important evidence for Hayden appearing in The Rise of Skywalker. Why delete the tweet if it's not a big deal? And I think it's because they're going to have some type of cameo for Hayden in The Rise of Skywalker. Everybody on Reddit and all of the comments, especially relating to the fact that Hayden was at Galaxy's Edge, point to the fact that he is the chosen one, which is really hanging on to what George said and keeping Anakin as the chosen one. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think that this gives any credibility to Anakin appearing in The Rise of Skywalker, or do you think it's just a coincidence? But if you do think that, why did they take it down? Alright, that wraps things up for me here in this video. God bless, thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.